Hello, wonderful humans! My name is Katie Knish, and I am vlogging today from my boyfriend's closet, which is why the lighting is great and the camera work is shaky because I am just holding a cell phone in my hand. Today's SSS VEDA prompt is: what is the most adventurous thing you've done? And I find this to be an interesting topic because I think adventure is relative. I've mentioned this before, but I have a couple of anxiety disorders. But an interesting part of my personality / how my anxiety affects my life is that there are certain things that scare other people that don't scare me at all. Like, I don't get nervous public speaking, I don't get nervous meeting new people as long as it's one-on-one, but I get like really terrified as part of a group and on public transportation. I've hitchhiked, and the times that I've hitchhiked have been in Denmark. I mean, the hitchhiking part of it was fine. I was completely comfortable. The guy who gave us a ride was perfectly nice. He was just this businessman. The worst part of it was that it was like 1 in the morning, and I have a tattoo of Soren Kierkegaard on my ankle. And being in Denmark and having a Soren Kierkegaard tattoo makes people want to talk to you about Kierkegaard, and I was not ready for that conversation at like 1:30 in the morning, just trying to get across Denmark. This is a whole other long story of why we had to hitchhike, so if you want the story about why we had to hitchhike in the first place, let me know in the comments. And then the other time I hitchhiked was in the Caribbean when I was in Guadeloupe, and it was also for a boring reason. My bus had stopped. The bus just stopped. Didn't actually go all the way to where it was going, and then it was like 7 o'clock at night, so then all the buses stopped running, and I needed to get to my friend's place, and she was just like, just go hitchhike. Grow a pair and go hitchhike. And I was like, fine. By the way, this doesn't mean that I like recommend hitchhiking to anybody. I certainly wouldn't do it in the States. In Europe and in Guadeloupe, which is part of Europe because it's part of France, I didn't feel unsafe doing it at all. Always trust your instincts. If you don't feel comfortable hitchhiking anywhere, don't do it. If you don't feel comfortable with a certain person driving, don't get in the car with them, etc. Have I done anything else adventurous? Well, I went to China for 2 weeks a couple years ago, and even though I was visiting a friend in Shanghai, I went to Beijing by myself, which was bonkers. If you're not familiar with the cities of Shanghai and Beijing, the biggest difference to me as a Westerner who knows very little about things, the biggest difference if you're a Westerner is that Shanghai has a lot of signs in our alphabet and Beijing doesn't. All the signs in Beijing, all the street signs and such, are all just in Chinese because it's China. Why wouldn't it be? So I couldn't read anything. I got super lost. I met this absolute angel of a person in a bookstore who had studied in Britain and just spoke beautiful, perfect British English, and she helped me find my way back to my hostel, which was very kind. Anyway, yeah, I guess those are the adventurous things that I've done. However, since I am an anxious person and adventure is relative, I also went to Target today, so let's talk about my Target trip. Yeah? Okay, here's my Target haul. I feel like such a dingus for being as into Target as I am because I know that they cater directly to my demographic and it just works so well. They have me down just perfectly. So I bought a bunch of dumb shit at Target. Let's go over it. Here's a Target haul. I got 3 sets of string lights that I was actually going to use in my background before I realized that they need batteries. I got a set of pens because I thought I didn't have a pen on me and I was wrong. This one says brilliant ideas and I think the other one says jot it down. Oh yeah, if you're not super familiar with Target, there's a space in like the front of the store where there's just a lot of cheap but adorable bullshit. And I'm a sucker for it, especially if I'm in an anxious place. I got these thumbtacks because I realized I don't have thumbtacks and I'm gonna need thumbtacks to tack stuff up. Katie, what else do you do with thumbtacks? Jesus. I got this adorable stamp set for when I'm finally writing letters again. I was in too depressed and anxious of a place to be writing letters to anyone, but I really miss it, and I miss my pen pals, so I'll be using these on my letters. A dumb candle that probably is low quality because it was $3, and it smells like pink peony. It smells, you know, it smells like a floral. I should be a candle blogger. Haha. And I get lip scrub, which was the entire reason I decided to go to Target in the first place, because I needed lip scrub. Need is also relative. Everything is relative, is the thesis of this video. Adventure is relative and need is relative. And for the most useless part of the trip, I got this thing because it's squishy. And I'm a sucker for unfamiliar tactile experiences. So yeah, I got this dumb squishy thing. I'm sure the camera work on this has been great, so if you've watched this whole thing, then I am proud of you. That's gotta be it for today, because I'm sure that... Actually, no. My boyfriend has the patience of a billion saints, so he's probably not actually getting impatient with me. But in fairness to him, since we were supposed to have dinner together, I'm going to wrap this up. And I'll be back tomorrow with a video that I actually planned out. I love you! Thanks for watching. Please subscribe. Bye-bye!